talking about? What we talking about? I can do this all day. What we talking about? What we talking about? You feeling what you saying? What we talking about? From time to time, every second brothers argue. You gotta listen to get me busy from all this. I finish everything that I need. Gonna stop it up. Things for tomorrow. We run it again. Ain't no stopping us. Talking about what we talking about. I can do this all day. What we talking about? Talking about what we talking about. I ain't feeling what you saying. What we talking about? Nothing but the audacity of faith.
All right, we're back for another episode of the Arkin Brothers podcast. Fellas, how you doing today?
We Gucci, baby.
Hey, what's up, brother?
Out here, man. We out here living.
Huh?
You sound awake over there, boy.
Damn, bro. What Donovan at?
He said, what Donovan?
Hey, man, we're already starting the show, so we're not really worried about what Donovan's at. He said he'll be on a little bit later, so we're just going to go ahead and keep moving. We'll keep marching orders. All right, man, so let's dive into it. We got a lot to talk about, man. A short time to do it like we normally do. So let's jump into right now, man, do a little quick recap of what we saw Thursday when we watched one of the worst played games I've ever seen in my lifetime. It's literally a field goal fest, boring game between the Rams and the 49ers. But the Rams say they big brothers now. They no longer little brothers. So, Ray, start us off. What was your thoughts on that game?
I think the weather had a lot to do with it. I mean, it was a torrential downpour. Both offenses really couldn't move the ball. Rams did just enough to win it. But, you know, if I'm the 49ers, man, like, is Purdy worth the money they're going to pay him? You know what I'm saying? You pay these quarterbacks that type of money that he's probably going to get. Like, you want him to elevate when you got injuries, no matter what. But I think the weather had a lot to do with that game. Most of the teams really couldn't do much, man. Like, it was a torrential downpour. And I think that really summed up the game. That's why I was so many field goals. But if I'm the 49ers, man, like, they're going to have to really take a real hard look at paying Purdy that kind of money, dog. Like, because he hasn't had a great year. I know they had a ton of injuries, but, you know, and we'll talk about it later about the Super Bowl, you know, window. But, yeah, it was a bad game all the way around. But the Rams are hot. Like, they playing some good football right now. I'm shocked that they didn't get the ball to Cooper Kupp at all. Puka is really taking over as the number one receiver for the Rams. They got a great 1-2 punch with Puka, and they got Kyron Williams running the ball effectively. Matt Stafford not turning the ball over, but, you know, for me, it was just a rain game, and, you know, they did enough to win. Especially Thursday night, short week, coming off the emotional game with Buffalo. So, you know, kudos to the Rams, man. They're trying to, you know, wrap up that division from Seattle.
Key, man, what's your thoughts, man?
Yeah, bro, it was a boring game, man. Low scoring. Wasn't entertaining at all. You know, when you saw that matchup, you thought that would have been a great game. You know, must dial in TV, tune in TV. But you got to blame, you know, over the last few years, man, just the 49ers, bro. They kind of like the Pelicans. Not just injury bugs every year, you know. By now, you thought they would have won a Super Bowl. You know, they'd have been close a few years. You know, now, too, because you got a lot of your players on bargain, not playing Purdy. So then you got to make a decision. They probably going to keep him and pay him, and you're going to lose some talent, you know, coming into next year. So definitely not, if you're a 49er fan, you know what I'm saying, you thought you would have had a Super Bowl by now. And every year, it's the injury bug is just stopping you. And then for the Rams, man, you know, they started off slow early in the season. They started to play good ball right now at the right time. Like you said, like teams want to start playing their best ball in December going into January. So looking like they starting to get healthy. The receiving core, Cooper Kupp, like he getting, you know, back to himself. Then he got the other receiver that take a lot of pressure off him. So man, just in the 49ers, man, you like, where you go in the future? You know what I'm saying? Because your big dogs always stay hurt, and now you gotta make a decision. You gotta pay Purdy.
Yeah, they got to. You're right. We're going to talk about a little bit about that Super Bowl window because once you pay Purdy, that can accumulate to why 65 million per season if he doesn't
Mhm.
take a discount, which can be something that I would think and argue that that's not what you want to do if you're Purdy, because you always want to reset the market in the quarterback position or in any position. But man, we're just watching the game, just focusing on that game. Uh, Man, the way the injuries have destroyed what that offense could have been. I think what the beginning of the season what we all thought they would be. Whether it's the left tackle Trent Richardson, Richard Williams, which apparently they don't, the media doesn't know who he is because they zoom in on somebody who was totally not him. Uh, or just with C-Mac, or you thought the running game would be what would take them over the edge. I think even Mason's injured, or because they got a new running back in there now
Mhm.
that they're playing with. So whether it's the receiver who sat out early in the year and now towards ACL, so now you're starting to see the impact on that end because they can't get the ball up and down the field, which is now showing the issues when it comes to the tight end. He's not being able to get open because he doesn't have that over the top threat that he once had. And then you have, Debo, and some people think Debo is just washed, bro. Like he dropped passes sometimes that
Yeah.
the old Debo went dropping. So a lot of things that you have to hand him the ball off, or you run a lot of screens, like tunnel screens for him. So you know, it's something I guess the master class of Kyle Shanahan as far as the play call just can't get over. And so they're in a tough situation. It's gonna be very interesting to see what happens next year. Once you have to pay Purdy,
Yeah.
who would be on that roster? And then a lot of those defensive players are fairly cheap right now.
Yep.
Greenwell and some of the other core players are not on major contracts, but that's going to change fairly soon where they don't have to get their money. So I'm just very interested to see how they're going to move forward. A lot of that team is built off the front four and the front seven. So yeah, it's going to be very interesting how like I said, we'll get into that a little bit more in detail. But let's get into the part where my boy Devondre Campbell, former
Mm.
Falcon. He's a former Falcon, former Packers, former. I think he played at Carolina. No, not Carolina. Excuse me, Arizona last year. Former
Yeah.
Arizona Cardinal. Now no longer a 49er. Like Ray, man, when they finally voiced out or announced that Devondre basically said, I ain't getting on the field early. You let him come back in. I ain't playing. And he decided to walk off the field in the third quarter. Man, what was your thoughts when you found out that information was going on?
Man, I thought it was wild, bro. Like, these players, just people play sports, man, a team sport. You make so many sacrifices for a person next to you, and it's in that foxhole is what they call it. And for him not to go in a game where they were down linebackers, right? Like they really, really needed him to play for him. And it's just unfortunate, man, that he decided to do it at that moment. Listen, man, people going through a lot of different things in their life and mentally. Know, if he wanted to quit, that's fine, but do it in a manner of, okay, I'll go in and play this game, but maybe go talk to the coach, the organization during the week. Hey, look, I'm just not into it. Maybe take a step back from the game, but to leave your guys hanging right in the middle of the game, they need it. And it was a close game too. I think that was just a bad, unfortunate part about it. But man, unfortunately, bro, people going through a lot though, like mentally, physically. So I ain't gonna, get on the kid too much, bro. But at the end of the day, he did let his team down when they really needed him most. And a lot of these cats play hurt. They sacrifice family time for everything just for for the sport. For him to leave them hanging in the middle of a game, I thought it was unfortunate.
Yeah, when I saw it, man, I was like, dude, it's crashing out, bro. Um, and I always say, bro, just something about this generation, bro. Like they just soft, dog. Like, any little thing just kick them off they mental. And he might need counseling, bro, because at the end of the day, it's a team sport. Um, I don't know. We just raised, man. Once you start something, you don't quit it to the end of the till it's out. and don't quit nothing in the middle. That's just like a quitter mentality for you to just quit on your teammates, your coaches. Okay, you never know. Like you wasn't starting now, you going there and ball out the opportunity that come after that. You know what I'm saying? Another team from next year. You might have a starting role the rest of the season. Now, even going next year, bro, nobody want a quitter. You know what I'm saying? Your opportunity might be done. You know what I'm saying? In the league, people looking at you as a quitter, and for you, you're not dependable. You're not reliable. It's just an all over bad look. And dude just crashed out, bro. And like Ray said, you never know what somebody going through mental or whatever. But man, it's just sad. You work your whole life to get the opportunity to play in the league. You know what I'm saying? And so it's to give it up like that. I don't know, bro. It's sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm wondering what was discussed before the game. Was it? I know they said that Greenwell was going to start, but was it told to him like leading into the game like Greenwell will start if he looks like he's healthy? Or I'm just really focused on the discussion because I feel like that something wasn't discussed. Like, because for him to have that reaction, must thought that he was still going to get a lot of playing time, and so for him not to get the playing time that he thought he was going to receive, that's critical. Because I mean, for you to crash out like that, thinking to yourself like, because what happened is Greenwell got injured, and then when he got injured, they said, "Hey, Devondre, you up?" And he was like, "No, I'm not." And I just find that interesting how he looked at it and said at that point, like, "No, I'm not up. I'm not playing," and he decided to move on. I just find that interesting that he was like, what was the discussion at that point? Something had to change, man. Like something had to be like, yeah, something had to change for him to be like, I'm out. Like, because I don't understand what else could it be. Like, it had to be something that was either said or done, or maybe he feel like he's playing at a high level. I don't watch a lot of San Francisco 49ers, so I can't really focus on what DeAndre. I know I've seen him play. Devondre, excuse me. I've seen him play, so I've been like, okay, he's playing well. His numbers look good. I did look up the numbers, so the stats really kind of back up that he has been playing some of the high level football. But I'm just wondering, like, what was discussed between him and the coaching staff for him to say, "Hey, you know what? I'm out of here," because it had to be something. Like it just couldn't be the fact that he was just like, "I ain't getting playing time." Like,
Yeah.
like it had to be something to discuss. I don't understand why. I don't like something. The switch went off, and it had to be somewhere where it must have been said like, "Hey, we're gonna play him, but we're still gonna get you out there." Because it looked like to me like he just looked at it from a mental standpoint, like he wasn't ready to really
Yeah.
engage in the game. Because the third quarter at that point, he was looking at like, man, it's the third quarter, and they were down men already.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see like what I wish somebody would have a conversation. He's cut now,
Yeah.
but
He as soon as he started walking towards the locker room.
yeah, he knew the cut was coming. So he was made him. Something triggered him to the point where he knew that, all right, this is it for me. I'm not sure if it, like I said, I don't know what really truly happened in that instance, but something happened where he was like, yeah, I'm done. Because that's the only way you can see it. The only way you can see is that he felt like I was done. That's the only thing about it. D, man, we about to wrap this up. What's your thoughts on it?
Oh, I just think I agree with y'all. I agree with what the last part that you said, James. If something had to been done or said before the game, or they probably promised them like, hey, you're going to get some playing time. It's not going to be a lot. We want to get Greenlaw back acclimated and playing at a high level coming off this Achilles, and it just went from there. Now, he knew he was cut. I think he knew he was cut when he did what he did. But at the same time, I agree with you fully. Something had to be said, or he just was waiting, and he thought he was going to get some playing time in the first 2 quarters. And when he didn't get that playing time, it was like, yo, I'm done. I'm just done. But I mean, it's a bad.
But he's not a rookie, though, dog. Wow, he's a veteran journeyman.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like you understand the game. You've been in the game a long time, and you know a lot of times when a good veteran, when a player comes back of Greenlaw capabilities and caliber, he's going to play, no matter what. He's going to play. So you got some stuff you got to suck up. And I'm looking at him like, dude, you really gonna miss out on checks because you didn't start or you didn't get a lot of playing time? Come on, man. You can't, bro. I mean, I get it, and ego plays a big part in all of this. But dude, come on, man. You doing something, and like you said, James, his stats look good. He's been contributing to their defense. You know, even though they've been losing, but he's still been contributing and making plays. But at the same time, sometimes you just got to take a step back and go in and do your job and continue to get the money. But then too, it don't make it good. The look doesn't look good for him because now, you know what I'm saying, other teams will be like, nah, we can't trust this guy. If it don't go his way, nah, we're not picking him up. And that's what you don't want. At the end of, like you said, Ray, he's a journeyman. So he's a journeyman for a reason. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, man, you don't mess the money up. You just don't mess the money up, man. Just go play. You might not like it, but leave next year. You ain't got but a couple of more games left. You know, you ain't got, what, 3 games left?
He ain't got to worry about leaving next year. He leaving this year, so he left that night.
You're right.
Yeah, that's what happened. Yeah.
My thing is, I don't care what you was told, bro. At the end of the day, you're a professional. So you got high school kids don't even do that. You know, oh, you gonna play your wait your turn. They still wait. They might lead a team next year. College kids be told something. They stay the whole season. They might transfer it next year because you know it ain't whatever they told you it didn't happen. But yeah, like now you done messed up. Like I know if I'm a I know if I'm a owner GM, I ain't putting you on my team next year, bro. You can't be trusted. You're not reliable. You're a quitter. You all that. Yeah. So he might be done for the league.
Yeah, he done.
I think 1,000% he's done for the league. I think he's done. But I mean, there's stranger things have happened. They brought in people for lesser things. I mean, for worse things. So you never know. He may still have a chance. If a coach still believes in you, and you've had a good reputation everywhere you went, but this is just one of those outliers, he may end up getting on another roster. I don't know. He's been in the league over a decade, so
yeah, I don't know.
He's
But
had the
like
opportunity.
sometimes, bro, people just now, bro. Like I heard people say, no, man, dudes are more emotional than women right now, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I
don't want to compare that.
and I'm just saying he let his emotion cause him to walk off the field. He was in his
but I
feelings.
don't want to compare that situation to his emotional IQ. Because I said I went in the room with them when they were having a discussion. I would just love to hear his thoughts on it because I feel like that's been the missing piece.
But I'm saying even if they told you whatever, bro, you can't get that emotional and quit on your team and not go in when the coach tells you to go in. I done seen where I don't care if it's being a professional, I don't care if it's 30 seconds. They call your name to go in, bro, you go in. At the end of the year, you don't like the situation, you leave. I don't care if it's 8 seconds. You know what I'm saying? You just got to do it, bro. You part of a team.
That's a great statement that you're saying, on the podcast, but that's not necessarily maybe his reality. His reality could be totally different. So I don't know. I just would love to hear his thoughts. Like that's the missing piece. We've heard from Kyle Shanahan, we heard from your players. We still haven't heard from him. So it would be great to listen to see what he thinks caused him to have that issue to walk off the field like that. Because it seems like there was a disconnect. But yeah, man, I wish him luck. I don't know if he's gonna be able to get on the roster for the rest of his career, but hey, you have a good point on that end. But I'm just very interested to see what happens moving forward when it comes to his career. All right, man, let's get to what the 49ers are right now. As far as Super Bowl contenders. Ray, start us off again, man. Do you think this team is still a Super Bowl contender based off what you're seeing this past year and anything moving forward?
I ain't gonna say the window's closed, but the door half shut. Like I said, they're not getting any younger. And Williams getting older. CMC getting banged up every year. He's getting older. Debo ain't what Debo used to be. Kittles ain't getting no younger. The middle linebacker ain't getting no younger. So unless they can draft excellent, that's the only way I think they'll win. Continue to stay open for the next few years. But they're a dangerous team. Like you said, their injuries have just been ferocious over the last few years. But I'm not gonna say it's fully closed, but it's definitely halfway shut. It's not looking good for them. Because even then, like, can Shanahan win the big game? Like we talk about other coaches winning big games. He hasn't performed well from a coaching standpoint as well. So I would say halfway closed. I'm not gonna say fully closed yet.
Yeah, I think for them, I think their door might be closed, Ray. And the only reason I say that, they about to have a
Like fully shut.
well, halfway shut, because you got to think they just paid Trent Williams, they just paid IU, CMC. They're gonna be a cap casualty. It's gonna be bad for them. It's gonna be real bad for them because they're gonna have a lot of people under that cap. They're gonna be probably over the cap this year. They're really probably gonna be over the cap. And then you know what I'm saying? Who you gonna move? And you haven't paid Purdy yet. So are you gonna give Purdy big time money? You see what I'm saying? Are you gonna give him big time money? Because if that's the case, if you're gonna pay him big time money, that means you hurt. So you're not gonna trade him. So that means Debo might have to go. You might have to move Kittles. You know what I'm saying? You just gave Trent Williams more money. You know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure Greenlaw should be up for another contract soon. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, do you keep Greenlaw or do you let him go because he's injury prone? You know, they got a lot of stuff that they got to figure out. And I think, you know, it's gonna be tough. It's going to be tough because, like we always said, Purdy came into a great situation by being the third guy, and everybody else didn't perform. But then he had the pieces around him so that he could perform. So what do you do? Because if I'm Purdy, you know what I'm saying, he gonna want his money. You know what I'm saying? He done been to a Super Bowl. He done been to, you know what I'm saying, conference championship. So is he willing to take less money to keep the people around him? Or will he just gonna go all in and get his money and they're gonna have to suffer the consequences?
Man, I'm gonna
So I
get
just
paid.
think so that's what but this is the thing. If you go get the money, now you go back. Well, you got your money, so I mean, what you gonna do? The time you gotta keep them. And like you say, Shanahan.
It's on the team to figure it out, dog. It ain't me to figure it out. I'm gonna get all my money because ain't nothing promised.
No, I agree with you. But this is the thing though. Why not take less money? I ain't saying if the going rate is 60. Hold on.
No,
the going rate
you
is
taking
60.
this not your job?
This is what I'm saying. The going rate is 60. Are you as the 49ers is willing to pay Purdy $60 million?
They may not. But if
So
I'm Purdy,
I'm
top dollar.
but this is the thing. If you take the top dollar, now your team go to poop. Now you complaining why you're not winning.
Bro. It's about getting paid, bro.
Bro, you could buy the same thing what you get with 60 and you take 45, you can buy the same stuff.
Now
And you keep your
California
team
might do
around
it.
you. But this is the
Not in
thing though.
Cali.
You keep your same team intact and you still have an open door chance to win a Super Bowl. But if you take the full money and you got to get rid of people, now you go back to square one.
Go get paid.
Hey, see what you guys do.
Man, what's your thoughts, man?
Yeah, I think they're not a Super Bowl team this year. The injury bugs, you know, like I was saying earlier, by now we thought they would have won a Super Bowl by now. And they just can't stay healthy. All their key players always hurt in the beginning of the season. I think they done dug such a big hole. I don't think they can get out of it this year to competing for a Super Bowl. Uh, and also, I think they window closing. Um, because now you're gonna have to play Purdy. This dude been making peanuts for the last 3-4 years. How long you been playing with them? 3 years now? 3 years?
Yeah,
He been
4
making
years.
peanuts. So ain't no damn way I'm taking a pay cut. I've been giving you a pay cut for the last 3 years. Played up, you know what I'm saying, from a 7-round pick. And we ain't won shit when I wasn't making nothing. So I'm damn sure I ain't about to take a pay cut that guarantee to win something. And we look at it, you talking about 20 million ain't that big and different. It's a big difference when you got taxes, you got agents to pay, you got family members to take care of. Shit, that's a big difference, dog. They looking like shit. 60 to 40, boy, shit, boy, that's a big ass pay cut. and
Right.
and to say for a billionaire I'm gonna give you a pay cut, no, because like you said, we don't know what that man got the pay for and this, and then by the time when you with the taxes and the age and that 40, really you only probably taking home 18, 20.
Hey, Key, answer this question. Would Purdy look the way he looked if he wasn't on San Francisco?
I don't know that, but I look the way I look. You know what I'm saying?
You know that he would look like that.
I don't know, bro.
He
I
had a
can't.
chance.
I'm just saying.
Hold on. What y'all always say? The quarterback needs to do better. That's you and Ray's statement all the time. So
Hey,
why he
bro.
couldn't win the game against the Rams?
Hey,
Why he
bro.
couldn't get them over the hump in the championship game? Now that's you and Ray's statement every time.
Okay, but bro. Okay, but I'm all right, bro. I'm saying I'm working. If I can get 60, I ain't taking 40. So I can't ask another man. I can't ask. That's you. I can't ask another man to do that because at the end of the day, like I said, he ain't taking 40 home. You got to look at the taxes, the agent cut. You got to look at all this. So that 40 really probably be by 20. You know what I'm saying? That man may not ever get another big deal. You know what I'm saying? So you got to take the money when the money is there. You know what I'm saying? I can't depend on 3 years from now re-up. You don't know what's gonna happen in life. You can't leave that money on the table, bro. Period.
Especially your contract too. Shit, boy. Give me.
Yeah, I agree, man. I don't think he's gonna take a pay cut. If it is, it's not gonna be egregious. It's not gonna be like, hey, I'm making 40 million instead of 60 million. It may be like I may make 58, but something like that. But
I don't like give you 2 million back, but I'm
not. Maybe you give me more on the back end later on, but then you don't never know what's gonna happen. If Kyle Shanahan leaves or goes somewhere else, or the organization want to start over again, they can just cut you. So you got to really get your money up front so that you can really be out. It's going to be some players some talent that normally they have utilized that they relied on is not going to be there. This is how it is. If you feel Purdy's worth the investment, that's what. Otherwise, you're going to tell Purdy, I ain't paying you $60 million, and go from there. You can franchise for 2 years.
Yeah.
So, at the end of the day, he's more Kirk Cousins than me anyway. So, I'm them. I'm looking at that situation wise, but situational awareness speaking. Next year they got a lot of problems because they pin up a lot of money for this season. They kind of pull some money out the hat, like where it's Brandon Ayuk. I think it's Ayuk. The receiver. You have
they had to pony up that money for Trent Williams.
Trent, his money. They had to pull out a lot of money. I think they had to revise and give a little bit more money to Debo like last year. There's a lot of they're gonna be in some salary cap hell fairly soon.
And JD, Purdy got the upper hand because you already gave up all your picks to go after the cat in Dallas. So if you don't play Purdy, his money, where that leave you at? You ain't got no quarterback. You know what I'm saying? You gave up how many picks they gave up? The jump to get what was the cat name?
They gave plenty up to get Trey Lance.
Trey Lance. So you already missed on that. You know what I'm saying? You Shanahan. And now Purdy the one that actually saved you. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Purdy got all the upper hand.
Absolutely, man. All right, man. Let's get into some Eagles conversation. There's a lot of strange things going down in Philly. And I ain't talking about the cheesesteaks, man. We're talking about Jalen Hurts, Brown, AJ Brown. You got I think is it Brandon Green? Brandon Graham. Excuse me. That is Brandon Graham. And just this whole overall discussion about that passing game. Ray started us off again, man. Like, what do you think this media back and forth conversation that was happening? What do you think it's going to do for the Eagles moving forward?
I think they'll probably try to get the ball to AJ a little bit earlier. It should be no reason where it's a balance, right? You can still run the ball and be effective and Saquon get his numbers, but there's no way in the NFL if you getting 60 to 70 possessions, bro, and you're averaging 180 yards in the passing game in the NFL, where you can barely touch people, I'm saying like that is pathetic. It's just I think it's on Kellen Moore to get his star players going early. Like running game, you can always get the running game going. Saquon is just that electric. You know what I'm saying? But you cannot have AJ Brown with 3 catches, 2 catches, Smitty with the same way, right? Like they have to find that balance of getting their star players going early, get them in a rhythm. And I don't blame AJ Brown for answering the question, right? The passing game is an issue. Like it is a big issue, dog. Like I get Saquon is rolling, MVP candidate, but there's no way, bro. 180 yards in the NFL as a passing offense when you're getting the number of possessions, it's just pathetic. So, is it blown because of the media? Yeah. But at the end of the day, I think AJ's wrong. Brandon Graham, he said he should be friends or whatever the case may be. And people grow apart, dog. But I'm sure AJ's frustrated, dog, at the end of the day. And that's how the receivers are these days. If you're a star receiver, you should expect to get the football, dog. For real. So they got to get it right. And I think today they get AJ going a little early, kind of, get it going. But Jalen Hurts got to play better too.
Yeah, what's your thoughts, man?
You said Keon or me?
Keon, because y'all both on mute. But one of y'all got an echo. So. Keon,
I'm
go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, man. You said me? Go ahead.
Keon, Lededrick.
Oh, my bad.
Like, man, come on, man.
My bad. My thing is, bro, what happened to the days of, bro, we're winning? We win with the run. You know what I'm saying? Them, and it's gonna be a common time where they're gonna load the box up and he's gonna be able to get his number. So right now the team is winning. Yeah, you might not be getting the amount of touches you want. And I know as a receivers, they always been devils. They always think they open. But right now, you know what I'm saying? You was gone for a couple of weeks. You've been hurt for a couple of weeks. The team was rolling. You know what I'm saying? You came back, they still riding the Saquon Barkley train. You know what I'm saying? So it might be a time where you get 20 catches in the playoffs. At the end of the day, the goal is by winning a Super Bowl. So you just got to be ready when your number is called. And right now, Barkley, bro, is rolling. The running game that's their identity right now. You know what I'm saying? That would make Jalen Hurts a better quarterback. We saw last year when he didn't have a running game what happened. So eventually you're going to get your numbers. The ball going to come to you, bro. But, man, your team is winning. They got a chance to be the first, the number 1 team in the East, in the NFC, to get a home field advantage, bro. You bring in his press conference about how many touches you getting, you ain't happy, bro. Like, at the end of the day, bro, everybody replaceable. You know what I'm saying? So right now, they started off slow, and then they got it going. He was hurt for, I think he missed by 5-6 games, and they found their identity, and they are running team. That's their identity, and so you just be ready when your number is called, man. And I can see if the team wasn't winning. And then you feel like, oh man, if I get my numbers, we can win. But they winning. So I just don't understand that, man. Philly to me is a running team, and that's what make them go.
Man, I blame this on the team itself. You got to keep this kind of stuff in house. Like you can't just put all. Even if you got an issue with Jalen, you go to Jalen. I have a problem with Brandon Graham because you're putting this on a podcast, and when people hear stuff on a podcast, they're gonna run with it. Especially with coming from a guy that's your teammate, and you're a player on that team. So I have a problem with them keeping this stuff in house. I have a problem, yeah, dude. Saquon is the guy on that team right now. You was the man last year. You was the man the year before. But now he's the guy. Some things you got to suck up. And like he said, like right there, it's about winning. And I mean, if you ain't but then too, what a lot of people don't realize, they're double teaming Brown because they know 1-on-1, Brown is going to be that. He's going to be that playmaker. So a lot of times they are taking him away. Period. They're just
no.
Now let me finish. Let me finish. What I'm saying is a lot of teams are taking him away, but when he do get those 1-on-1 actions, Jalen's not getting him the ball. So that part I understand. When he get those 1-on-1, Jalen needs to look that way, and because he knows that he's a playmaker. But then they showed a couple of clips this week where Jalen didn't even look his way when he had the one-on-one action. So don't get me
Mm-hmm.
wrong. I understand that I understand where Brown is coming from. And I understand that sometimes, bro, that Jalen needs to look that way. And like you said, Kellen Moore needs to do a better job of getting Jalen to understand, like, hey, if we got our main guy receiver out there on a one-on-one, you gotta look that way. You gotta get him the ball. Because if you got Saquon going and you got Brown going, that's a hard tandem to stop. That's a hard tandem to stop. And then you get your tight end going. But I mean, I just blame the team itself and Sirianni for not shutting this stuff down and keeping it more in-house than out the house.
Well, I can't blame the head coach because the head coach wasn't the one that made the statement. It was Brandon Graham.
But that's my point.
This all could have died, but this all could have died if Brandon Graham just didn't bring it back up. It was like he made the statement passing. There were, they already made these couple of comments here and there, but I think it was going to go away. Brandon Graham basically relived it by stating that he didn't feel like they were as close of friends as they once were. So, you know what I mean? I think that's really where, the issue kind of got re-highlighted. Once people start trying to put meat to what the problem was, right? Like once you make a statement and everybody's now saying, well, okay, it's a passing game. Well, what exactly is it? And everybody's trying to look around. They're like, well, is it Jalen? Everybody wants an answer, right? Eventually, it was nothing stated from there. He just said passing game, passing. Now, when you say, hey, I don't think they're as close as friends they used to be, now you're starting to put a issue to it. And that's when the media kind of ran with it. And we're now they're looking at them on the sideline. How they interact with each other. So now the Eagles got to do more. Now they have to do more.
Damage control.
Damage control, exactly. Damage control on. Now they got to push out pictures of them praying before the games. And all these things kind of come out of nowhere that probably wouldn't have been an issue if he would have kind of kept that behind closed doors. So, Brandon Green, who's injured, is out for the season. Got a lot of time in his hands.
Brandon Graham.
Brandon Graham. Oh, my boy name is BG. Brandon Green. That's why something pops in my head. But Brandon Graham has a lot of time on his hands. Just kind of blurted out something without really paying attention to what he really said. So, it could have been easy. It didn't have to go through all this. But unfortunately, that's where they're at. And do they pass the game? Need some work, of course, but it didn't look like they had a problem against the Ravens. I mean, they were running and passing. I think they only passed 118 yards, but they kept the ball moving. They kept getting first downs. They kept moving the ball. They weren't getting stops. The Ravens weren't getting stops at them, maybe here and there. So, and they kept the Ravens offense off the field. So, and they did a lot of ball control. I mean, to me, they're a team that you can have a pick your poison type team. We can throw for 250, 300 yards if we need to, but we can also run for 150, 200 yards. Now, like that's a hard pill to swallow when you got an all-time great type of player in the backfield right now who's on the verge to win MVP, who's basically carrying the team and been carrying them since the third or fourth game of the season, right? And he's been carrying them since the Saints game. I didn't understand the nature of it. I mean, you could have said that passing statement in behind closed doors. And yes, Jaden missed them, as everybody's starting to point out, yes. But I think Jaden's starting to read from line to out versus from his first target to in. And I think that's what he's doing. He's going straight to Barkley, getting first downs. And that's not going to be, you're not going to have 300-400 passing yards when you do that. But they will force feed a secondary in the Steelers who can give up some big chunks of yards when it comes to passing game. They'll look for it today. If I'm the Steelers, I would double Brown the entire game to frustrate them 100%. So he could be so frustrated that he just be annoyed. I would sit a linebacker underneath Smitty, so Smitty can't get the ball when he gets them underneath routes. I would frustrate them too. I'm like, you're gonna have to beat me with these tight ends. and Shaquan. You're gonna have to because these two ain't getting nothing. You're gonna have another 100-yard passing game. Then what you gonna say? So like I would do that. They have a big game, big competition. Steelers are playing lights out football. So, like it's gonna be a game, where you're gonna need to, but if you win, and let's say you win with another strong running game and not a great passing game, who matters? Like you guys keep saying, you're 12-2. What is it, 11-2 right now? They'll be 12-2. Come on now. Like right on the still on the foothills of the Lions with an opportunity to play at home for the entire playoffs and have a first round bye. Come on, man. Listen. Stop the madness, bro. Like I just don't think he understands. When I say he, I think AJ, this is winning football. Right? This is winning football. So you win anyway, anyhow, and you take the good with the bad. I know his numbers haven't been great this season. I think it's based on what he did the previous last year. And so at some point, man, this is winning football. This is what it may take. And then you got another great player. Last year, they had a running game. So, they force feed him a lot. Him and Smitty. This year they got an outstanding running game with outstanding O-line. Right? And a dual threat quarterback who can run and throw. So
And I tell you what, I bet like the top receivers take like a Chase or somebody. I bet they'll give up some of their catches or yards to be 11-2 and have a chance to win a Super Bowl at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Because you can have all these yards and touchdowns, and then like last year, you didn't make the playoffs because you didn't have a running game. So at the end of the day, what's your motive? Do you want to
well,
the
they made the
stats?
playoffs. They made the playoffs last year. They just
Yeah, but they
got
out the
smacked.
first round. Yeah, out the first round. Y'all crash.
Yeah.
Yeah, you crash and burn. Starting, you barely made the playoff because the division was sucked. Because you started what? I think they was undefeated at one point,
Yeah, and they lost like 4 or
7
5
and 0
games
or
in a
some
row.
shit. Because you ain't have a running game. So like I say, but I bet if you ask Joe Burrow and Jamarcus Chase, they already have a running game to be fucking 5 and something and have an opportunity to win a Super Bowl. So at the end of the day, you about your numbers or you about winning? Which one are you
Yeah.
about?
Yeah, I just think he just, you got to understand this is winning football. So as much as you hate it, you don't really get to have that breakout season. You are a guy. They're paying $30 million a season. You got your money. Like, relax, bro. You'll be all right. Moving on. Let's talk about my Falcons, man. You know what I mean? We've lost 4 or 5. I don't know how many in a row we lost to this point. I just know Kirk Cousins hasn't thrown a touchdown in a month. So he's thrown 8 interceptions, 0 touchdowns. I want to go around the room, man. Like, hey, Ray, start us off again. Is it time for the Falcons to make that switch and go to Penix Jr.?
I don't think. I think because you guys still in the race of the division. And he's playing bad. Like, I mean, I get it. It's easy to panic when he's had a bad month, 4 or 5 game stretch. But Penix the future. Get through the rough patch. He's still in it for the division lead, and just see where they go, man. Everybody goes through rough patch in seasons, man. He's playing bad, but I think he still gives y'all the best chance to win the division. So I say no, it's not time to Penix yet.
Key?
Man, oh,
Go ahead, Key.
Okay.
I think it's time to play Penix, bro. At the end of the day, you already know what you got with Kirk Cousins. Uh, Penix. I think it's time. This your future. You can see right now. At the end of the day, if you got you trying to win a Super Bowl or get the quarterback, and Kirk, bro, Kirk just Kirk. We already know who he is. We already know what he gonna do. You never know. Penix might come in there and do a spark. At this point, it ain't just about winning the division. Now you trying to see what you got with Penix. And for Kirk, bro, he was the reason y'all picked him for to get y'all over these games, these last minute games to win, because you thought that was the missing piece. Right now, he done turned into the reason why y'all losing games. You know what I'm saying? So if it's me, and I'll see what he'll do this week. If I'm the Falcons, I lose this week. I'm starting Penix for the rest of the season, bro.
Mm.
And I felt like they didn't play Penix in the preseason because they didn't want a quarterback controversy. You know, he'd have came out there and balling. People in Atlanta been like, shit, but it's time. You got to play the kid, and that's why I don't think they played him in the preseason because they probably already know what he can do or how he looking. And I think they stuck right now. It's the money thing you gave Kirk Cousins, and that's the reason why they really playing Kirk Cousins. But if we lose this week, I would go with Penix for the rest of the season and get him right for next year.
I think it's too tight right now because the division, like Tampa Bay and Atlanta, is too tight. And I get it. I get it. You want to start the young kid. I get it. Curtis playing bad, but you're so close to the playoffs. It's like, listen, and winning the division, you got to play Kirk. Kirk just got to play through it. And I think Atlanta got to adjust some things on offense. Yeah, he's throwing a lot of picks. They're gonna have to get the running game going again and just lean on that and play better defense. Because the game against Minnesota, they was in the game. The game was tight. The game was tight. And I agree, Kirk do what he do. He started throwing them picks. But I just think the division and what's in front of them is too close to just throw Penix out there. Because what if you do the same thing and then now you done lost the division? I mean, at the end of the day, the kid can play next year. But I just think you keep Kurt out there.
But that's why I say if Kirk lose this week, bro, you're not winning the division.
Tampa ain't that big shot.
But you still got a shot though. Like who got who? So James, let me ask you this question: who your last 3 games? Washington and who else?
We got Raiders this week, Commanders, and the Panthers. Yeah, because we got to play the Panthers again at home. So all winnable games. I think we got all winnable games. We have the Raiders. Raiders is this Monday. I think the Commanders are next week, actually. Yeah.
Yes.
In DC. And then we play the Panthers at home.
And that's why I said if he lose to the Raiders, bro, he come out there and choke and play hard against the Raiders, bro. It's time to bench the dude, bro. There's no way around it.
Go ahead.
It's still tight, bro. I think it's still too tight. Like he got 3 winnable games. Now, if he go 2-1, I think they win the division. I do think because I mean Tampa ain't no juggernaut.
Yeah, so
but who Tampa got for their last 3? And they up Tampa about what, 1 game?
Yeah, they have to have a game because we won the season series.
Yeah. And who they 3 teams?
I don't know. Y'all gotta look that up. I don't know who the 3 teams are for them. I would say this. His isn't even Kirk Cousins. He has a half this week. I think that's all they're gonna give him. I think if he can't not move the ball, we have another game where because the problem that you having is out of like practices and out of the practices that happen at Flowery Hall where they practice at. To be honest, they're saying Penix is lighting it up. Like that is the noise.
Hey, James, you can tell, bro. That's the reason they not. I'm telling you, you can tell.
They said Penix is lighting it up. So the issue he has is you got people saying Penix is lighting it up. Like, oh, he's lighting it up. We don't understand why he's not playing. And you got a guy who is struggling. Like, I mean, from the game that he played, the Tampa Bay game, the 2 Tampa Bay games where he's probably had like 8, almost 900 yards of offense or passing. This is not offense, passing. He threw for a 500-yard game this season. Till now, it's been like night and day. And he leads the league, I think, in fumbles. Maybe he's top 2 in fumbles, maybe around that. Or he definitely leads the league in interceptions. And I think at this point, man, like the rumble is going to be hard. You can't. Here's the problem they have: they can't lose a game, like because you got to hope Tampa lose. You're already a game behind them, like in the loss.
Yeah,
but what helps is that we swept the series against them. So if we tie, we win the division regardless. But you can't lose a game. Like you can't lose another one. Like this is it. Like you can't be like, hey, we're gonna lose one. No, can't let one go. Gotta win them all.
Yeah. So Tampa got the Chargers, the Cowboys on the road. They got the Panthers at home and the Saints at home. That's their next 4 games.
So it's like everybody got 4 games left. So you gotta win. You gotta win against You got to
You
win.
gotta beat the Raiders.
You got to beat the Raiders.
Gotta beat the
You
Raiders.
got to hope that you got to compete and beat the Commanders. That's not gonna be no easy choice. That's not gonna be an easy win. You gotta beat the Panthers because Panthers are playing with a lot of confidence now, right? So I think the last game of the season. Oh, who have they played? I think the last game of the season for the Falcons is. I'm trying to go through my brain. I read like who have they not played? They play everybody in the AFC West. They
Y'all got the last game.
Y'all played we beat the Chiefs. I mean, no, we played the Chiefs and we played the Chargers, Raiders,
That's it.
and
Lost to Denver. Y'all lost to
then
Denver.
we let everybody play them. So we've already played the 4 there, and everybody in our division played two there. Who we played the NFC East. We the Giants.
Got the Giants.
The Giants. Yeah, that's next. That's what we gotta play. So like that, but those are not gonna be guaranteed wins. So I don't know. I think he got a half. I think this half is gonna stay alive. He doesn't come out there thing moving the ball and getting the ball around, and he struggles again. I think for Moore's sake, there's nothing he can say to the community.
I gave him a game. James giving him a half. You might be right, but I gave him the whole game.
Yeah, I think
you might be right.
I think the way Raheem Morris is trying to push to keep the can down the road, saying this is the best chance, and then there's reports saying that he's lighting it up. I mean, listen, they've been people question whether Raheem Morris was the right guy. So, I think for him, I think for Terry, the GM, who made that deal, and then came around and draft a quarterback. Like I just don't. It's starting to come to a problem where it's like you made that deal, you drafting a quarterback now, and you put yourself in a situation where people start to question your judgment. And then there's been some things as far as our secondary. I mean, they look bad against the Minnesota Vikings. I mean, falling down, dude, wide open. Like I mean, and we had our most sacks in the game. I think we had 4 sacks, and we still lost 42-21. So it's like, listen, I'm looking at this point. There's got to be some changes being made, and is this? I mean, this even though the GM was a part of hiring, I don't think he's a part of hiring the coach. There's no real relationship there. They can get rid of the GM and move on from him, and the coach can focus on what he really wants. Or they can just be like, listen, man, you go coach this team, but you need to do a better job. He needs to make some real determined decisions moving forward. Like otherwise, his job's not gonna be. They may not get that boy another after next season because it just at that point, we're just not believing what we're seeing. I mean, you're talking about trying to build your team after like what the Detroit Lions have done, but Detroit Lions has great OC DC, great assistant, lead assistants, great personnel. Their GM it was top notch, and we're starting to look at you like, and then the coach is great, the head coach is great, and and they're still winning. They're losing players, people getting hurt, they're still winning, so it's starting to become a problem. So I don't know.
But the last few weeks, y'all loss has been on Kirk.
Yeah, he's been awful.
It's been on him. Y'all been in games every game, and he's just throwing those picks at the wrong damn time. And that's why I say I think dude playing well because I don't know no rookie never played in the preseason. He played that one half, and you ain't see him no more. The whole preseason. That's when I knew. I said they knew that boy balling, and they don't want that quarterback controversy because they gave Kirk that money.
Then now how Atlanta feel about black quarterbacks.
And you in a black city with a black quarterback. You know what I'm saying? So you already know what it is. They
black quarterback in a black city.
Yeah,
like they just feel different about it. That's how they feel about CJ in Houston. They feel about it's just different when a black quarterback in a black city. It's not gonna
DC with JD is the way it is.
That's how it was with RG3. They love RG3 until he started messing up, man. So. It's just different, man. So I'm looking forward to seeing what happens after on Monday. We'll see from there. All right, man. Let's get into our favorite part of the day. Ray, go ahead and hit it.
Now it's time for the Argus Brothers NFL Pickups.
Let's go.
All right, man. It's the first time in a long time we've had all four of us do the pick'ems together. If we were telling this up and we were doing an actual record of these, I'm pretty sure I will be leading. I definitely hit the money last week. I think I maybe lost one game. I definitely think you guys lost way more than one. So probably all of them. Yeah, you didn't do good. So
Who didn't do good?
you're not plus. Are you plus 500?
Donovan ain't even been here.
Donovan
picked
ain't
last
hit
week.
enough to be a plus
He said
500.
he said last week, bro.
You picked last week. You went plus 500, bro. You weren't
I
good.
think I was.
No, do your own talent then. All right, so
All
let's
right.
go. This is how we start off. We got Ray, Dompton, you're next. Keon, and then I finish it off. Ray, start us off. Falcons against Raiders. Who you got?
Raiders.
I don't know what
Give me
that
the
means.
Raiders.
You said
Give me the
Raiders, though?
Raiders.
Okay,
Going with
Raiders.
the Raiders.
All right.
Give me the Raiders.
Key,
What they playing at?
And the
Las
Raiders.
Vegas.
Vegas.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Raiders.
Well, I'm a lone wolf again, like last week. Falcons. I'm gonna go with the Falcons winning this game. All right. Steelers versus Eagles. Who you got, Ray?
Pittsburgh.
Okay.
I'm going with the Bird. Pittsburgh.
I'm going Eagles.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Eagles this one. I just feel like this is gonna be one of those games where it's gonna be highly contested, good battle, good defensive battle. But I like the Eagles in a close game, better kicker. All right, Colts versus Broncos. Who you got, Ray?
Sean Payton and Broncos.
Going with the Broncos.
Yeah, Broncos.
Man, give me the Colts in this one. Quarterback, I like him. Young. I think they have a tough time dealing with quarterbacks that can move the ball with their legs and arms. I like the Colts in this game. Bills versus Lions. Who you got, Ray?
Ooh, Super Bowl preview, possibly. I'm going with the Lions at home in the close.
Going with D-Town. Troy.
Yeah, I'm going with the Lions.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Lions with this one, man. I do like what Jay Allen can do, but I just don't. I like what they're gonna do because that defense been giving up a lot of yards and a lot of points when it comes to the Bills. Packers versus Seahawks. Who y'all got?
Give me the Packers.
I'm going with the Packers too.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Packers.
Give me the Seahawks. I like what they got. I like what you got going on. Gino El Reno. They don't believe. They don't believe in you, Gino. They don't believe me. I got the Seahawks in this game. All right, Commanders versus the Aints.
You're
Who
right.
we got? Who do we got?
Hell to the Commanders. Hell to the Commanders.
You got the Commanders, bro.
The Saints starting I forgot damn Hafner. Like it's just bad, dog. Like I just call it what I can't draft. I can't pick with my heart, man. I gotta go with my head.
Give me the Skins, baby.
But y'all name is the Commanders, not the Skins.
Man, they about to go back. They about to change it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going Commanders because I want us to lose every game. I've been saying that since months. So yeah, Commanders.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with an upset. I'm gonna go with the Aints here.
Latimer said he's gonna show him why they shouldn't have traded him.
I'm gonna go with the Aints here. Something just who the quarterback? Wait, who's the quarterback?
You don't even know.
Fresno State.
Yeah, he's what's things hurt for the season, right?
Yeah, well, they week to week, but that nigga gotta be done for the year, bro.
That he broke his forearm, right?
Yeah, some shit broke.
New quarterback. I'm gonna go with the Aints this game. I just new quarterback, no scouting. Only played in a couple of games. What happened to the kid from South Carolina?
He's third string.
He what now?
He's third string.
I can't understand. I can't understand it because your internet is not that great. What did you say again? What did you say?
Third string.
He third string now?
Yep.
Yeah, who knows what the Saints doing, bro?
I don't understand that. How you got a first round pick, dude, for your third string, bro? It's time for everybody to go, bro.
He wasn't a first round pick.
Is that how y'all feel?
He was a late first round pick, wasn't he?
No,
he
he was like a third round pick.
Oh, third
round
round.
pick.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, still,
He got talent. You can
yeah,
see it.
still, bro. I don't know. We ain't never heard of this other cat.
Yeah, it looks small. Like it's Commanders don't win, bro.
Yeah, yeah, easy too.
Should be.
You think it's gonna be an easy win?
Yeah,
I
it'll
think
be easy.
Kamara's gonna have a decent game. I think the defense for the Saints gonna have something to prove. I like the Aints.
But ain't no offense, no Taysom Hill, no, the Derek Carr, then you Rashid, all of them. Yeah, at least, yeah. I don't see it. It's gonna get ugly.
Who won the last? Who won? Did they win last week?
Who, the Saints?
Yeah,
Yeah, they won.
kicking game. I like that. I think at home it's in New Orleans, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna be in there. JD coming down there. He ain't that great in the way down there anyway. So yeah, I think they're gonna lose. All right, let's get to some college football, man. Y'all saw it. Give a round of applause for Travis Hunter, winning the Heisman. What was y'all thoughts on it? D start that off. We'll like seeing him win that Heisman. Let's give a quick little thoughts on what we thought about, just the overall situation as far as like him versus the kid from Boise State. Oh, not Boise State, Boise State. And just him winning the Heisman in general, man. Just give your thoughts on it, man.
Nah, the right person won. I mean, when you say the Heisman, the Heisman should have nothing to do with the team. It should have to do with if you're the best player. It's the best player on the field, the best player, in the game. And Travis Hunter presented that the whole season. Charles Woodson did a little back and forth, but we have never seen nobody do this to this extent. To be top 5 on both sides of the ball. He comes in ready to play, has a lot of energy. He gives it all on the field, never take plays off. And that was this kid showed. I mean, you don't have a lot of kids with this guy's energy, the way he do things as a person, as an individual. That says a lot about him. And I just think that this kid deserved it. He deserved, the Heisman. And don't get me wrong, Genty, he proved on the stage, he was a great running back and all of that. Dylan Gabriel, he had a good season. But at the end of the day, and Cam Moore had a great season. All these guys had great seasons, but I just think for what he did for Colorado and the way he stood out as a person, as an individual, and the way he played on both sides of the ball, I just think that he deserved it.
Your thoughts, man?
Yeah, it was well deserved, man. We said last week we had a feeling that he was gonna, win it. Like D said, he did something that we never seen before, and I don't know if we would ever see that again because, he just went to the right coach that had that type of talent that probably could have played both ways, but some reason coaches don't let you do that, and so. The right decision he ever made was, to go play for Dion, even going to the HBCU, coming, uh, turning down Florida State, because I don't think any other coach would have gave him that opportunity to play, both sides of the ball like that. Even when last year when you started doing it, everybody was like, we don't know how long this gonna last. It's just too many snaps. We never seen nobody. So, shout out for him that taking care of his body. You hear that the kid don't smoke or drink. And that's why he's probably able to, do that many snaps and and then being the best one that D said, you top 5 on both sides of the field. It's gonna be interesting to see where he wanted, where the NFL gonna drop him for a receiver, a DB. But if I'm him, I would want to go as a receiver. But it was definitely was deserved. You had some. Who came in second place? Did they go in order?
Gentry, the kid from
Boise State.
Boise State.
Yeah, and so he had a nice run, Cam Ward. So we probably said last week that was the way it's gonna go, right? First, second, and then Cam Ward third. But yeah, man, well deserved, man. They turned their program around. They went up there, turned a 1-win team, and then to like a 4-win team, now to like a 9-win team. So Shout out to Travis Hunter, man. It was crazy to say he never listened to Lil Wayne before until his girl put him on him.
Yeah, man, definitely shout out. He capped off a phenomenal season and college career. He was the best player all year, man. To play that number of snaps at a high level. It's easy to play those number of snaps, and you may not be the number one receiver. But he was the go-to guy. Anytime they needed a play, Shador needed a play, he was going to him. But yeah, man, shout out to Travis Hunter, man. Capped off a phenomenal season, racking up all the awards. And, like I said, shout out to Prime for allowing this kid to be himself and just, do the things he wanted to do from his career. He took a chance on Prime. And, now he's probably going to be a top 5 pick.
Yeah, I mean, listen, man, kudos to that young man for staying within the game plan, doing what he needs to do, working out, taking chances, going with Prime. I don't think it's that big of a chance that he took with Prime. I mean, the kid was the number one player coming out of high school for a reason. So, I mean, maybe the opportunity to play on both sides of the ball was probably maybe not every coach offer that. But, I don't think it was that great. I think a lot of times people don't do that because of injury risk. I mean, he did get hurt last year because and he got hurt this year too, because of the fact that it does elevate. The more contact you have, the more likely you can get injured. So I can understand that part, but I mean, him being who he is and the way he played the game, you can't take that away from him. And so, Prime didn't stand in the way. So I respect that. I did think it's funny he's never heard of Lil Wayne. I don't know why Lil Wayne was there. I mean, I found that a little odd. Why was he even on the first row? That's really what my issue is. My issue
Well, he
is
invited Lil Wayne.
Why?
He invited
Lil
Wayne to come up.
They also invited his little brother. They were sitting up in the rafters. So I didn't understand why Wayne was there. I don't understand why what's my boy name? Dion was there down there. Like, Dion, you can't sit in the back. What are you up there for? What are you what's the point? What's the point of that? What's the point of don't get me started. But anyway, I was happy he won because I loved his speech because I think he sparked from a lot of emotion. I think people don't realize his name is actually Travis Hunter Jr. People don't realize he has the father's Travis Hunter Sr. I mean, so I think a lot of people don't relate that. They talk about his mom, they talk about a lot of different things, but they don't realize that his dad is still there. His dad is a part of what he does. He talked about his father, missed a lot of his game when he was younger. I mean, I think they're originally from Florida. He's actually a Florida kid. They moved to Georgia. So it's more to his story than a lot of different things. I hate the fact that I don't know what's going on with his dad from an illness standpoint or something's going on physically or something happening. He couldn't be there in person. But, but it was cool that he, a lot of people don't realize that. I think people don't realize. They only put it on his jersey junior. They just put Travis Hunter. But he's actually a junior. So it's cool to just see those stories because that means a lot. That means a lot to people out there. I'm pretty sure that means a lot to his father. You know what I mean? That, that, hey, he still gets the knowledge, even though he's not physically there. And Dion's in the front row. Just bitch with that, bro. Just bitch with him, dog. Man. I just, just something about him, bro. I just don't like it anymore. Yeah, I don't like it anymore. So, but good to them. He deserved it. I also thought the kid Gentry deserved it. I can't act like he didn't deserve it. The dude had I think 24, 23, 2,200 yards. He deserved it. He deserved it too. I think they would have went with him, and I mean, I think a lot of people would have said whatever they had to say, but I wouldn't have been that hurt by it because I think he deserved it too. I just think he just didn't have enough big time games. I think every time I looked up Fox 1, Colorado was on TV. That was the difference. And I didn't see Boise play until the championship game. I saw him against Oregon, and I saw the championship game. That was it. They had to play on a Friday night. So I think that was just one of those things where you just didn't get enough eyes on them. So I think the fanship didn't push to see more of them. But I thought, I thought it was real cool. I thought his speech was great. Yeah, I saw that Cam Newton was there after 14. He had to make an announcement. After 14 years, I'm coming to the Heisman.
Yeah.
Why the hell did you come before? Who knows? Like, out of nowhere, it's because Travis. Like Travis, your cousin. Like I don't get it. Like Travis not even like some people irk me, and Dion and Cam Newton are really two dudes who really bother me right now. Like I just. Like, what's the point? Like, I'm coming after 14 years. Okay. Like, what's the like? All right, like you didn't have no relationship with nobody else? Nobody else who won the war you had no relationship with. You just obviously have a relationship with Travis Hunter now. So Lil Wayne is here, and I can't do this here. Like,
It'll be all
you
right.
ain't got no relationship with Cam Ward? How about Cam Ward as a quarterback? Shador Sanders. Shador Sanders didn't want to talk to you. Now all of a sudden, y'all besties. Like sometimes just people just man, they just put themselves in positions now. Just they irk me. Anyway, all right, let's move on. I digress now. Let's talk about the playoff though. We got the announcement. We saw what happened. We can go this real quickly. Any upsets y'all see in the first round?
I don't know if it's an upset, but I think Ohio State should upset a little bit at home. Tennessee gonna come in physical football, but I would say probably Tennessee, Ohio State possible upset. Even though Ohio State is the highest seed.
Oh, okay. What about you, D? You think you see any upset?
We're gonna beat Texas. We're gonna get the upset of the year.
Niggas, you crazy?
We gonna get the upset. Hey, look, we're gonna get the upset of the year. We're gonna upset Texas.
Not with that quarterback, Anyway,
we're gonna upset Texas.
Okay.
I'm going like Ray. I'm going Tennessee. I think Tennessee gonna have an opportunity to beat Ohio State.
who the team I think can be on. I also think Tennessee can be because their style of play is different. They stretch you out. They're gonna spread the field out. They're gonna have a lot of one-on-ones in the box that may cause Ohio State problems. Ohio State second, they're gonna have to be on, and this kid can throw and run, so that could be an issue. Upset alert that I looked at is Indiana against Notre Dame. That could be something that everybody has to look forward to. Notre Dame plays well, but sometimes plays to their competition. Indiana can't run the ball. I do think that can be an issue early on. But I think that can be probably one of the things that I can see as a possible very competitive game. I don't think the rest of the games will be that competitive outside of maybe Tennessee and Ohio State. Sorry, Don. I don't think your game's gonna be that competitive, bro. I really don't. I don't think Clemson's gonna do much. No, I don't see it, man.
Hey,
sorry, man.
That's your opinion.
It is my opinion, man. Like, listen. You're absolutely correct. I do think it is my opinion. I'm glad you said that, so that when my opinion's right, you know why.
Hey, it is what it is, brother. That's why they play the game.
Yeah,
that's true. But it's gonna be some interesting storylines coming up. So next week, college playoff starts that weekend. I look forward to it. Finally, cranking that up, man. So that's gonna be good. That's gonna be real good. All right, let's talk about Bill Belichick taking over for UNC. We talked about a little bit last week on whether he should or he could. He's done it. He's now the UNC coach. Ray, give me your thoughts on it. What you thought when you heard about it? He take over the job and he's now the next. Well, he is the coach of UNC, University of North Carolina Tar Heels football team.
I mean, it just shows he truly want to coach football, no matter what the level is. I thought he would wait. There's a lot of job openings going to be coming up this offseason in the NFL. But I'll be shocked if he make it through 5 years. He said that he didn't take his job to leave it. I just don't know if he has enough energy being 70-plus years old to, sell a college program. Like, you got to talk to boosters. You got to manage these collectives. You got to manage NIL deals. You got to really hit the recruitment trail hard to get these kids. Then now these days, bro, you got to recruit your own players every year just to keep them. So I just don't see him from an energy standpoint, man, to, be on the road, college with that grind. But, at the end of the day, he's a Hall of Fame coach no matter what he's doing. I just don't see him lasting 5 years, though, at USC.
Yeah, I was shocked he took it, but that showed that he really want to coach. And it's a shame that a great coach like that, how media now can everybody gave Tom Brady deserve a lot of props, but how people can just turn on you in the league, bro, and no one is offering him a job. All these bad teams, no one even like give him an opportunity to even coach in the NFL. It's just how crazy now how social media influence everything now, even when it comes to like GM hiring coaches. And then his challenge is gonna be going to college, just relating to younger players. You can't be too extra hard. We see how these players are now. They don't like stuff. They hop in a portal. They gone. So that's another aspect how he gonna be able. That's why like Nick Saban couldn't do it no more. So Belichick, one of them old school coaches stuck in their ways. How he's gonna adjust to that? You know what I'm saying? Because you can't be like back in the day, you gave a kid a scholarship. You can threaten them. I'll take your scholarship. You're going to be here. Now players up in the portal gone next year. So it'll be good for North Carolina. I think maybe he thinking if he go there and turn that program around, make them a powerhouse, that's to be his avenue to get back into the NFL, kind of like how John Harbaugh did. So when people wasn't looking for him in the NFL when he had got fired from Frisco. So I think that's his plan. I think at the end of the day, he want to get back in the league and become the all-time winning coach in the NFL.
Man, I think he's finding out already that it's not a game out here because a lot of kids that went from North Carolina has already gone in the portal. Kids that played there last year. So he's finding out early as he's signing those papers to become the coach. He's finding out early that a lot of kids are leaving and going and going in the portal to go different places. I look at this from a standpoint of I think he's trying to get his son a job. I think he's trying to, do a good. If he can do a good job in North Carolina, then if he decides to go back to he said he didn't want to leave. He didn't, he didn't come there to leave. But I think this is a setup to get his kid, a college job. Because you're going to bring him in. He's going to coach, I think, offensive, defense, or whatever. How about coach one of the DCs? And I think if he performs that, if Bill can perform at a high level and win some games and do what he needs to do, I'm thinking that he will, try to talk North Carolina into passing off to his son. And if the job coming open in the next 2 to 3 years in the NFL, that's where he's going to be. Because he get a guaranteed $10 million for 3 years. He's guaranteed $30 million.
5.
So 5 years. But I'm saying the first 3, he has an option out to leave, right? I didn't cover. He got an option out to.
You don't have the option to leave. You have a buyout. So
buyout.
Buyout after I think after June 1st of next year is like $1 million. Before June 1st is $10 million.
Okay, so he's in as far as money wise, he's in a good situation. So I just think that he sees that if I can do well at this job in Carolina, I can pass it off to my kids. Hopefully, they would take him. He can be the head coach, and I can go back and, like he said, try to become the winningest coach in the NFL. He need 27 games. So that's 3 years, huh?
I think it's 20.
Okay, 20. That means you got to have 2 good seasons, or maybe 3, depending on what team you go to. So, I just think it's a lot of variables involved. But, you got to wait and see. But like you said, though, he's going to really have to, get some people around him to do the GM, to be the GM, because he's going to need a GM to work on the NIL deal, because he probably ain't going to want to deal with that. He's going to need somebody, to go into these homes that can talk to these families and talk to these kids. And the biggest thing is you got to recruit your own kids every year. So he got a big challenge on his hands. I don't know if he's up for it, but he want to coach. So let's see. It's a wait and see.
I think it's gonna be interesting because he has he's done a pretty good job re-recruiting. He got his top quarterback recruit to sign. So he's
Yeah.
doing. I mean, getting a quarterback is the first thing you need to do. That's just like any roster now. We're at a point where it's like a protein. To win, you're gonna need a top quarterback. So he got one of the top quarterbacks, I think the number one recruit in the state of North Carolina to sign. So that he had already decommitted. So he got him to recommit. So he's doing the things that he needs to do to build his roster up. It's gonna take a lot. Lucky enough to him that he's in there right now, not necessarily in January or some other time where the portals are closed. His, like you said, his job right now is to probably re-recruit some of the players and then bring in some guys who can come in and maybe some young talent that can help them as well. I'm gonna remain to be seen into next season for me to see what this is gonna do, but it does bring a different appeal to the ACC. I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you. Having Bill Belichick at North Carolina, those games against Dabo and Clemson and Florida State, that's gonna be different. That's gonna be. And imagine if he can win his first year. That'd be interesting to see. I mean, then you start realizing, that coaching pedigree that comes from the NFL, how good it is if he comes in and turns that team into a winner immediately. I'm interested to see what he's doing. The storyline for Bill Belichick team is different than most, and his schedule's not hard. I look at the schedule. The schedule's fairly easy, so he has a good opportunity to have a good winning season his first year. So, Don, you may want to watch out, man. Bill Belichick in that thing now, boy. You know what I'm saying? Clemson's gonna be looking like losers.
Man, I'm not worried.
You know what I mean? Clemson's gonna be looking like losers.
I'm not worried.
Don Julio. Y'all gonna lose, bro. Sorry.
Whatever.
So but I'm like you guys, man. He may go back to NFL. Maybe he's just that surly too. He got the young girlfriend, but he don't want the young girlfriend around the pro athletes. You bring around the college team. It's different. You got the young 24-year-old. You want to just chill with his young 24-year-old and go to and do UNC stuff. Hey, I ain't mad. He got the young thing now, so that's what he wants to deal with in that lane. He don't want to do anything else. I don't know, but I'm excited to see. I think it's gonna be interesting. 1,000% is gonna be interesting. So, all right, let's get into some NBA basketball conversation before we get out of here. So y'all see what's going on, the soap opera called the Los Angeles Lakers. We talked about it last week. Who can they pick up? Who can they trade to make changes? But now that there's an issue with LeBron, I don't know if it's his foot or if it's his emotions, but he's absent from the team, and they stink again. So, Ray, you start us off because you love LeBron. Like, what's your thoughts on what's going on with LeBron? And is this just his way of being passive aggressive and the crybaby like he normally is, and want to be traded, or like what's going on with LeBron, man, and what they're gonna do moving forward with him?
He'd be on the team. They're not trading him. We all know that, even though it probably should entertain the opportunity to do it. But yeah, they're gonna want a ransom for him. Nobody's doing that. 22 years in the league. He's probably just, his body probably breaking down, bro. You got the foot injury. He probably need a little break. But, when it's LeBron, it's a soap opera every time. And who's to say, he may be going through some personal issues. Who knows? But the Lakers is just a mess. Rui is not good. Austin Reeves has taken several steps back. And like I said, they have no big to help AD out. They had the recipe when they was in the bubble. I'm not sure why they don't want to try to go get a big to help them out. But, it's just what it is, man. It's not going nowhere anyway. But, yeah, they're just a mess right now. But we know LeBron ain't going nowhere, though. Like, everybody know that.
Yeah, I think they doing this is kind of like when he was in Miami to give him a break. Because you had him playing the whole summer on the Olympic team, then not really coming into the season. So I think he did the same thing when he was in Miami. Personal reason, missed by like 2 weeks or something like that to get his body right. And I think same thing has happened to him. And then you heard they said they didn't want him to play all 82. At one point, he was like, "You want to play all 82," which is crazy to me. You never play all 82 ever in your career. You want to do it at year 22. Uh, so at the end of the day, like I was saying last week, bro, it's just time to blow this whole thing up and just restart over. Uh, AD gonna be your only thing to get any good players back anyway. And so, dude, in year 22, man, you see the light at the light at the end of the tunnel for his career. Uh, his goal was to got his son in now. So, but yeah, this time, bro, it's time for the Lakers just blow this thing up, bro, and get as many picks they can, and just rebuild this thing because the window has closed to win a championship. They got one, back in the bubble. But now it's just time to go in another direction, get younger.
Yeah, the Lakers done.
Mhm.
I mean, they could have kept Darvin Ham for this. You fire this man, you bring the other dude in, you got the same issue. You got the same issue. Nothing to change with the Lakers. So at the end of the day, like I say, trade AD, Bron, you might have gone retire, walk off into the sunset, and just rebuild this whole thing. You got Connect. He'll be that's a good piece to keep. Austin Reeves, he got his money. They're like doo-doo. So I mean, you should have traded D'Lo a long time ago. You got the same issue, and everybody thought it was Darvin Ham. You go on your podcast, it's the coaching. But what it boils down to is the players, because they're doing the same thing with JJ Redick, what they did with Darvin Ham, and LeBron, just let it go. It's done. Your career done. 80, you got a couple more years under you. Just let 80 go to a team that's on the verge of winning the championship so that Lakers can get some picks back and keep it moving.
I don't know why y'all think people gonna trade for AD. For what? Why would you trade for AD?
No, he 30 and 10. Give you 2-3 blocks. Like he got value.
He 30
He
and
got
10
value.
on a bad team.
Yeah.
When has he been 30 and 10? When has he been 30 and 10 on a championship team?
When they won in the bubble. But I think he can help a championship team.
He can help, but he's not a 30 and 10 player on a championship team. He's a 30 and 10 player on a bad team or an average team.
You just need him to be 20 and 10 on the championship team. He can get that in his sleep.
Yeah.
Be healthy.
Why he can't build a championship team on this
That team ain't good, bro. They older. It ain't good.
I mean, why they can't build around them? They got young players.
Hey, bro, LeBron, they went where LeBron wanted
Bro,
on
listen,
the team, bro.
they
Gave up their talent
they're two
for
core
fucking
players.
they gave up the talent that was good for Russell Westbrook.
But the two core players they have are over 30, but nobody else is. Why they ain't winning still? Everybody else is young.
Well, to me, AD is not a one, and LeBron ain't a one no more because he's older. AD
What is
is,
that?
but that's what I'm saying. You need to put AD with another alpha male.
So if I'm a championship team, why would I trade for AD?
Because if you missing a piece, shit, you'll trade. I'll trade for AD if I'm a championship team.
What team is missing the piece that AD gonna jump on and make them better?
Yeah, I think Minnesota.
Minnesota for
the Houston Rockets. The Houston Rockets trade better.
Who you gonna trade? If you're Minnesota, who you gonna trade for?
No,
AD?
it's by picks, bro. It's by picks. If you the Lakers,
what picks do Minnesota got?
You get future picks. Everybody got future picks.
You got picks from the Big Cat trade. I'm sure they got picks. They got futures. Everybody got futures.
Man, cut it out, bro.
They did got
nobody trade.
AD played what 78 games last year.
Nobody paid
for AD. Could have been defensive player of the year.
Man, you had like AD, Joker, or Giannis. He's not.
I mean, it's the motor for AD. He don't have the motor.
Bro, we've been yelling about his motor for the last 20 years.
AD is a top 10
bro.
It ain't about no motor with no.
If they put AD on the market, bro, they getting some.
You get players. What you gonna really get?
You
picks, bro.
Come on, man.
Nobody. You have a few teams calling the Lakers by AD. A few.
Come on, man. Nobody trade for AD, bro.
I bet if you go to Houston will give up picks for him.
Who?
Houston
ain't got no picks, man. Unless they got the picks from Brooklyn, and the Brooklyn picks got delayed. So like who they gonna pay for, man? Come on, man. Come on,
AD
man.
still got. He can get pieces for him.
Let's cut this out, bro.
Bro, if they trade for Russell Westbrook, bro, they gonna trade for AD.
No, that was that dumb GM. They had nothing to do with nobody else. Like that, bro.
AD's the top 10
I'm
player in the
tired.
league.
And you know
I'm
where
about AD.
you know where else AD can fit at in a team that need a piece, that a championship team? Phoenix.
I would give up Bill.
They ain't got no picks. They ain't got no picks.
Man,
They picks gone. Come on, man. Let's cut out.
Because I think Jimmy Butler gonna go to Phoenix.
Let's cut out with them. Let's cut it out with them.
Who they get?
Bro, let's cut it out with the picks, bro. Let's just keep it real. Call a spade, bro. Like,
So you saying AD ain't got no value?
not no more.
Shit, bro.
I don't see where you're gonna have the value at. Like, where is the value coming from?
What you sipping in that cup, though?
Man, that's straight coffee. What is that? What value is that coming from?
What?
What value does he have anymore?
But from a defensive standpoint, he got value.
Come on, man. If I'm the Phoenix Suns,
Minnesota gave up for Rudy Gobert.
if I'm the Phoenix Suns, that was their problem. That was nobody else's problem.
I'm telling you, they gave up a shitload of picks to get Rudy Gobert. You telling me AD can't get more than that?
Now, what's Utah record right now?
It doesn't matter what the record is. So
it doesn't matter what the record is. That means them picks had
valuable player picks.
Them picks had no impact.
What's
their record right now?
I'm just saying you can get a haul for AD.
What is their record right now?
They suck, but I'm just saying.
All right, then.
So
what Ray's saying though, what Ray's saying, what GM is willing to give up. We don't care what the record gonna be.
It's probably about 2 or 3 teams that probably have the picks that can give them out. That's probably like that's an OKC. That's a maybe a Houston. If you're Houston, you better than the Lakers. Man, I don't need AD.
You crazy?
No, I don't need AD, bro.
OKC wouldn't if they have no bigs. They're real small.
He would make OKC the number one team in the West.
Injured, but they played last night with was Heidelberg. It's Heidelberg, and they won. He played well in the paint.
Bruh.
You bring back the kid, the little skinny kid. Thought they still better. They better than the Lakers, man.
We're not saying that, but AD make them.
AD ain't doing nothing. Nothing.
Well,
he gives no input. He's not on a good team. You already have the scoring, so you don't need AD. You don't need AD for scoring.
That's last year.
Huh?
He could have been defensive player of the year last year.
And what does that got to do with on a good team?
They need defense.
What's that got to do? Like nothing.
Let's say go to OKC. No, he's the number 2 option behind Shea Gilgeous.
Man, he's number 3.
But who the second?
Who the second is?
I'm giving it to Williams because he got the ball in his hands more.
Man, stop it.
No, he got the ball in his hands more. Why else would you not? Those players are 2 ball dominant players. They
changed it off for AD.
Bro, they handle the ball. Why would you change the offense for AD? AD ain't doing nothing. You got a 30-point score. You got a 20-point score. Jalen Wynn, I think it's Jalen. Jaden. You know, he's a 20-point scorer. So, like, you got 30 and 20. That's 50 points. Why do I need AD? 1, why do I need AD? And 2, I ain't changed my offense for AD. Why?
You don't have to. AD can get hit on the pick and roll. He can get it on the glass.
No, they run an offense now. How many points AD average right now?
Yeah, he probably 30.
AD ain't averaging 30 points a game, bro.
I'm sure he's not. He got 1 point.
He's not averaging 30 points. And at the end of the day, the offense is centered around him. It's centered around him. If you go to OKC, it ain't centered around him no more. I don't need him. If I'm OKC, I don't need you. What do I need you for? Like, what do we need you for? What do we need you for?
To win a championship. That's what you need him for.
Man, you don't need no AD to win no championship, bro.
But you put that boy with OKC.
Now you're seriously damage your depth, which is one of the reasons why you're a really good team. You got a lot of centerpieces. You got the depth. You got the scoring coming off the bench. You're down a man right now because he's injured. He'll be back before the season's over. So I'm going to seriously interested the chemistry. You can look at Memphis. Memphis would be would that be a good decision for him? Maybe, But at the end of the day, you're going to seriously injure your depth on your team, your bench. You're going so you got to hope this 30-plus-year-old man who's never going to play 82 games in the season anyway can get in there with play 82 games anyway. Is going to get in there and mesh with John Morant and play the style of play that you need. And yeah, if you're Memphis, you're already winning. Like you're already winning at a high level.
Nothing. They ain't do nothing in the playoffs yet.
And what is the Lakers done?
Memphis haven't did shit.
What has the Lakers done?
Won a chip in the bubble. Memphis ain't
cut
did
it out,
shit.
Bro. Like, cut out, man. Come
Memphis
on, man.
ain't
Cut
had
what?
what?
Cut it out, bro.
10 teams in the league that would take AD today.
Bro, cut it out, bro. That chip bubble got such an actress on it, it don't even make sense.
Hey, bro,
everybody know that, man.
Memphis ain't. You keep on saying Memphis winning. They ain't win shit. They ain't
winning
nothing.
Games this season, and it's all about 2024, 2025 season. They're winning. The Lakers are not. You say that AD's a top 5 player. I can't tell because he ain't influencing the team to win.
Bro, Memphis will make the playoff and be home again, bro. Stop it, bro.
The goal is to make the playoffs. The goal ain't
the Lakers gonna make the playoffs. That's what you're saying.
Are they? Let's look at the record.
Yeah, they'll be in the bubble again, and they'll make the playoff.
The Warriors have given up picks AD.
What's their record?
Who? We're not talking records, James. No, we're talking.
No, you're not talking records. Don't tell me
what I'm talking player value.
You're not talking records.
What you're not
talking what I'm talking about. You don't tell me what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about, and I'm telling you. You look at the Los Angeles Lakers record; they are not a good team. So
we know
they're not a good team.
We're talking AD trade value.
They're 13-12. So with AD being a top, whatever. If AD is a top 25 player, they're 13-12 with them.
Does not matter. But if the Lakers put that ball in the market today, I bet you half the league be calling.
So whether you put him on the market or not, what is he gonna do on a team? He ain't gonna bring no value. He ain't gonna make them better.
Let's say
you're gonna give up so much to get him, and to get him, you don't make a better team to a team that already get younger.
Now you're contradicting yourself. First you said nobody's gonna give up nothing for him. Now you're saying people got to gut their team to get.
No, that's not. No. That's never what I said. So you're trying to try to suggest what I said. I said it several times. You have to give up your team. You got to give a roster. You ain't gonna have bench scoring. You're not gonna have the type of players you need. You have players who already have a team who are already set to play a certain style. Why would you give up? Like I'm not gonna give up the kid from if I got the Grizzlies. I'm not giving up the kid that was defensive player of the year for AD because our style of play, how we play, it's centered around that type of talent. And on the Houston Rockets, I already got an inside player who can shoot the 3 ball, who plays the same style. AD ain't playing the 5. He don't want to play the 5, and that's another problem they have. So like, what am I gonna do? You're gonna change this.
Going to be shipped out for 80 if that had to come.
That may be your thoughts. Clearly, that ain't gonna make the change to make them a better team. How?
But we're just talking. At the end of the day, we're saying AD has value. You saying no, he don't.
No, I'm saying that AD ain't gonna make a team better. And if you don't make a team better, then you're not gonna make a team better. He the primary scorer on his own team at 13-12.
Bruh, AD has value, though. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, they're 13
what he averaging, right?
He averaged 27, 11.5 rebounds, 3.5 assists, 2.5.
And they're 13-12.
We're not saying
what part of that do you understand? They're 13-12.
We're not talking record though. We're talking.
No, that is a part of what you influence your team.
But we talking about the value. We talking about the value of a player.
You say he don't have
to bring to. He's not going to make a team better.
Crazy.
Because he's going to have to give up. You're going to have to give up a lot of your players. Nobody's going to give you picks. That's not going to happen.
Why would they?
It's not. So you're going to have to now give up players. You're going to have to give up players of one massive $60 million salary. So you're going to have to give up players. And when you give up players, you're going to have to give up depth of your team. You're not going to be as deep. And the fact back there, a lot of good teams, the championship teams, already have an offense and still to focus on their key players. So, like, it's not going to be as seamless as him just jumping in.
Depth is overrated in the playoffs.
Because
the
Lakers,
you only Depth
the
is
Lakers
overrated.
have
In the
to.
playoffs, the rotation comes down. You only play 8 players in the
But
playoffs.
some teams do so. But even with the Lakers,
And you only play 8,
even
bro.
with the Lakers, their offense is centered around him, and you're still 13-12.
It's supposed to. He's a top 5
Well,
player.
then why
It's
he
supposed
can't
to.
top 5 their ass to a better record than
Because
13-12?
because the Lakers last year, the what? Second round?
Mm-hmm.
Second round. The year before that, they made it to the what? Western Conference Finals. So the dude showing you he got value in the playoffs, bro. Like he's showing you. I don't understand what you're talking about, bro. You sound delusional, bro. Talking about this dude
I
ain't
don't
got
sound
value,
delusional.
dog.
I don't sound delusional. You're just trying to make it whatever point. You can make your point and make it what it is, but I don't sound delusional. It's clearly we are totally we don't think the same. I don't see what he does for a team that's going to bring them a championship because he is going to take half of your roster. He's going to have to take half of your roster to trade.
He might, but he gonna give you 28 and he gonna give you 28 and 10 in the playoffs. He might take up half your roster, but half of them players don't equal to an AD. Half of them players just don't.
Shit for his team this season. Why are they 13
But
and
the
12?
season ain't over, JD. I
They're
just told
13
you.
and 12. We're examining them right now. Key, I don't give a shit
Denver
about
only
20. I don't care
13
about
and
30,
10.
40 games from now. We're talking about right now. And they're 13
But
and 12.
Denver's only 13.
They're one game.
Phoenix only what 2-3 games better than the Lakers right now.
But I'm not worried about Phoenix. Phoenix had injuries.
But what are you talking about?
What are you talking about? Why do you try to mention another team who's had
No,
injuries?
because
That
you're
don't even make
saying
sense.
that like the
You're
Lakers
trying to
is
compare
so.
two teams. You're trying to compare two teams. That don't matter. Things don't matter.
But you're talking about why he's struggling. Everybody's team struggling.
No,
Minnesota struggling.
They're 13 and 12. You're gonna have to give up half your roster to bring him on. If you are a top 3 seed team in your conference, you're gonna give up all your depth to get him, and that's gonna put a serious dent on your team. That just is a fact.
Bro,
You're no
it
longer
called
be that
3-man trade.
team.
They just don't a team. When you make a trade for a top player, bro, other teams get involved. It's just not that one team gonna be like, we're gonna give everything. They'll find another team to get involved to send players here because the Lakers don't want players back. They'll get that's how the trade thing work. It won't be like, if OKC get in it, they're gonna give up all their young talent and get him. No, they'll find another team. Their team will get something. That team that you know what I'm saying? So because at the end of the day, OKC
that's absolutely not true. Okay. That's just really based off based off salary rosters and different factors. When the Lakers traded for Pelicans, it was they put a serious dent on their roster. They said a lot of
we're not debating that, dog.
And it just
we're not debating that,
bro. It's one of those things where I don't see him being that you're going to always have a primary player on that team that the offense is built around. We just saw it with Dame.
Well, we're going to have to disagree with that. We can easily disagree with
Milwaukee better, but we just seen it with Dame where you have to give him a lot of talent. You gave us some talent. You gave up a lot of talent. It may be 3 teams. You gave up a lot of talent. And therefore, Milwaukee's not the same team as they once was. That's why they have issues guarding teams on the perimeter. They can't really defend the way they once because they have to give them a lot of their wing players. They have to give the salary changes. I just don't see where he's gonna make a team that much better, bro. And we're talking about him. What is Denver record? What's Denver record? Because I don't see who
Denver like 13 and 10 or something. Everybody's struggling.
What's Denver record right now? I'm looking at Denver record
like
by 13 and 10.
18. Yeah.
They about 13
I'm looking at
and
Denver.
10.
And they're having Denver 13-10 and having the same issues because they don't have a roster that you do, and they have unperforming stars. Like they're having similar issues. I just don't see what he's going to do. I just don't see it. Like I would be like, if I'm a Thunder, if I'm a Grizz on the Rockets, we're winning. I'm not winning. I don't need him unless I feel like he is the missing piece.
He is a missing piece.
I just don't see it.
But we're not disagreeing that he won't gut a team if you trade for him. That's not the we were talking about. AD has value. You said no, he don't.
No, that's what I'm talking about. That's what you may be talking about. You're explaining your side. You're not explaining my side. I don't know why you keep trying to do that. I don't know why you keep trying to act like you're explaining for me. You're not. You're explaining for yourself. And I said that. I don't care what you said. I'm telling you what I said. Like that's what I feel. Like he's gonna gut a team.
Not
I don't
saying
think he's gonna bring value because the
we were
team's gonna
talking
be
about
gutted.
player value.
Your team's
You
gonna be
talking about
gutted so
certain
badly.
teams and nobody's giving.
Your team's gonna be gutted so badly.
First round picks.
Your team's gonna be gutted so badly that you're not gonna have the bench support. You're not gonna be able to do it. So all that 28 and 10 and the offense is gonna be built. You already got primary players there, so the offense is built for them. So that 28 and 10, it may sound good, but when you get on a really good team who already have ball dominant players, also like an OKC, it doesn't fluctuate the same. It just doesn't. I don't see it. I don't see it, especially when I'm watching his own team stink.
Hey, bro, at the end of the day, let the Lakers put them on trade value and watch how many teams call.
We see. I'm pretty sure at some point you should have it. I mean, you think like you should be trying to trade them. You're in the 10th spot with the Spurs and with the and really with the Kings, who have fundamental young players, young talent that may be struggling right now. But come on, man. Come on. You still got the Timberwolves, you got the Nuggets, the Warriors, the Mavericks, young pieces, young talent, Rockets.
Minnesota ain't going
young pieces, young talent, cheaper rosters. Grizzlies, they also got a cheaper roster. And the Thunder.
We'll see what the Lakers do, but they put him on the market. He's going to have half the league calling.
I don't see it. Because I'm not going to gut my roster for the AD.
Nobody say you should, but you're going to call and inquire.
That's the only way you're going to do it. That's the only way it's going to work. You're going to have to. You got to give it up. So you're going to gut that roster for him. I just don't. I don't see the need.
Teams have done it before.
All right, man. Let's get to the next topic here, so we can get out of here. Discussion on the decline of the viewership when it comes to the NBA. There's been a big discussion that people are not watching the NBA like they used to. So let's start off, Key, man. What's your thoughts on that? Like, what do you think was going on with the NBA that's causing people not to be able to be as actively a supporter as it once was maybe 3, 4, 5 years ago?
I just think now, man, with social media and all that, you don't really have to sit there and watch a game no more. You can just go on the highlights and catch clips, watch it. So now the people attention span is not, I need to sit in the house and watch a game on a Friday night or a Thursday night when I can just catch clips of it from TikTok. And also you got the NFLs going on. So I just think right now, back in the day, you had to catch the game, you only got clips on Sports Center. You know what I'm saying? It's just so many outlets now where you can feel like you watched the game without even sitting there watching the whole fourth quarter. And I think people, that's how, social media has made it right now. And I think that's the real decline, especially the 82 games. And nobody really watch NBA this early anyway, especially when you got football going on. Normally, a lot of people start watching, NBA after the All-Star when they get close to the playoff. But I just think right now it's social media. I don't have to sit there and I can go do something else and come back and get on TikTok or Instagram, watch the important highlights and look, snip and clip it, and I got my entertainment. People attention span is just different now because of social media.
Yeah, I agree, Key. Like it's like so you don't have to watch a whole game. And they say now you got people getting more into hockey, more into other sports. Like I said, the star power, NBA don't have it like they used to. When we was in COVID, everybody was home. You ain't had nothing else to do. But I think at the end of the day, people start watching NBA a little bit after Christmas, but the NFL now is taking Christmas from NBA. So you can blame that now, the NFL. But yeah, people got other things to do besides just sit there and watch an NBA game on a Tuesday night now. But at the end of the day, still getting paid big money from the TV partners. But a lot of people just got other sports to watch now.
Yeah, I agree with y'all. I think with the college season going longer this year, and NFL adding an extra game, people gonna watch football before they watch basketball. And I think a lot of people done fell out of love with the NBA game, the fouls and all the calls and all the other stuff that comes with it. And I just think that people are more inclined to do other things. And most times they feel like the players don't care until it gets to the playoffs anyway. So why am I watch during the season when they really ain't gonna start doing that until they get to the playoffs? So I just think people just just rather just chill out, watch other teams, watch the football, watch college basketball, things like that, and then catch NBA basketball on the back end.
I don't know. Social media's been going on for a while, so I'm not sure if social media's been driving the decline. I think it's kind of the style of play. I think the 3-point shot, the sixth. I think they just had a report. I think it was the Bulls versus the Hornets, where they missed a total of 70 3-point shots. 70 in one game. This is not 2 or 3 games. They missed combined 73s. That's not good for basketball. That is becoming the norm of just shooting threes, popping out shooting threes, or pulling up shooting threes, dribbling 30 times, shooting threes, step over, step back, step over. And it's not as passionate of the game because of the ball dominance between the teams and some of the best players. So I think we're at a point where maybe that needs to be the understanding, like moving forward, of what they're going to do as far as like how they're going to increase just actually participants or the style of the game. Do they give the defense a little bit more leniency than they did in the past? Allow the defenders to play a certain style, be a little bit more physical. So free falling basketball is good when you see a lot of good shot making, but if it's not good shots being shot, it can get a little stagnant. But the NBA, you got the money, you got the means to really go out and start really figuring out what type of style of play you want to have as far as pace of play, because sometimes that could be an issue. I do think sometimes people do go where just look at the highlights versus going in and watching the entirety of the game. So you guys have a good point on that. There's other ways, but they also track other ways of how people look at, how people have some type of intake of whatever it is, whether it's just the footage, the highlights, or just to watch the game. They have ways of finding out those metrics. And so, it's going to be critical because, the sport can take a step back as far as importance from viewership. And I think they were already competitively behind college football as hockey pick up steam. And, baseball tends to be kind of plateau, but hockey starts picking up steam as far as viewership. And then women's basketball is becoming more of a watchable sport amongst the masses. Women's college basketball is also becoming more of a go-to. I think people are really enjoying watching those battles. I just feel like they're going to have to figure it out. Soccer is another sport. It's too many alternatives now that you can't just focus on. You got to do a little bit more job of grabbing onto those younger viewers so they could come dialed in. Because like you said, you want those people watching the Tuesday night game. And then the NFL, man, they keep doing these things to trump you, like, having Beyonce and Mariah Carey perform at football games. I don't know how they're gonna do that. They got that partnering with Netflix, who a lot of young viewership watches Netflix, right? To have those broadcast those games live and then have those type of performances, that's different, So I'm very interested and intrigued to see how they're going to manage that. So the NBA has a lot of work to do to keep the viewership. It's been impact. The way they play has been impactful. Just quick thoughts before we get out of here. We'll start with you, Ray. What's your thoughts with the NBA Cup? What you think about the games yesterday?
It adds excitement to the game. It seems like the Cats are taking it a little bit more serious. And at the end of the day, bro, no matter how much money you pay these players, they always want more money. So if they win it, each player get like $500K. So NBA, shout out to the NBA and for putting a little incentive for early season play where cats seem like they're taking a little bit more serious. But it's definitely been some good basketball. Milwaukee's playing well. I think they're playing against the Knicks, right?
No, I play OKC.
OKC, yeah. I think the company is good, man, that they put in there.
Key, your thoughts on it? Key, you on mute, man.
He says NFL time, man. He probably ain't by his fault.
Key.
My bad, bro.
I'll
I
take
just
his
came
spot.
back. My bad. What happened? Let Donovan go.
Yeah, D, go ahead.
Man, I forgot what we were talking about. Say it again.
You're talking about the
What's
cup,
question again?
the NBA Cup.
Oh,
what's your thoughts on it?
I think the cup is a good thing. I mean, like Ray said, dealing with the money. I think the games yesterday, the Houston and OKC game was a pretty good game last night. Because I like to watch OKC play, and Houston got a pretty young team, so I watched the game. I think those games were good. I think the Bucks and Atlanta played. Yeah, the Bucks and Atlanta, the first game, that was a pretty good game. Like, it came down to the wire, and I do think it's good TV. You're giving us more incentive, for them to play basketball and to be competitive. I think they need to keep it, and keep it around. Because I think it gives them. You see better basketball with the cup than what you would see in the regular season.
Yeah, I agree. By doing that, it's getting the players something to play for. Even you saw now, then like players on the end of the bench. When you make that, you get another bonus. You know what I'm saying? I know for the stars, that's probably nothing. But, they add the bonus money in, they get the players. The ratings normally get higher when you get close to that Final Four, and especially the Cup game. The ratings, people are tuning in for that. Because they had to do something because, like we were just saying, people really ain't checking for basketball like in December, January anyway. So I think it was a good idea to have it. I think it'll be around just like the play-in from the 7 and 10. They was going to try out thing with that. There was a big hit, and now they kept that around. So I think the cup was a great idea to even make the players, more competitive, trying to win the cup. So now, you even get some teams putting up a banner for the cup. But yeah, I think it's a great thing that you'll see, be around forever.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see if it stays, and if we can stay competitive as it was yesterday. I like it. I enjoy it. But if hopefully it just stays in that lane. But outside of that, man, I enjoyed it. Just watching the games yesterday, the lead up, and just the them taking the opportunity to, talk about different factors of these teams and just the cup in general, man. What y'all thoughts on Stephen A. winning that free throw contest? Stephen A. said he went there for the win. He ain't going to lose.
I mean, shit. He played ball before, so it ain't like scrub. He's got bad knees.
No, Stephen A. Come on, man. Come on, man. That's damn near a 50-year gap between when he played basketball.
Man, the word above the trash.
It got to be a 30-year gap between the last time he played on a college campus, man. At least 35 years. I thought it was a little bit much for Kenny Smith to want to say he was going to beat him with a left hand. Did he practice? Like, that was the one thing I was wondering. Like, did he practice to say that? Or he just really walked out there so I could beat with my left hand? Because that's disrespectful to think you can beat somebody with your left hand and you didn't practice at all. That's a disrespectful statement. So I thought that was interesting right there. That was interesting. So yeah, I had to give it up. It was a good broadcast leading into it. I thought both sports network like integrated it very seamlessly. It kind of gave you a look of what's going to look like in a couple of years after this year with TNT and the show inside the NBA goes to the ESPN platform.
Mm-hmm.
So that was something that, if you're like an inside the NBA fan, you have to look at that part. But it was tough, man. It was tough. I enjoyed it. All right, man. So before we get out of here, let's get our final thoughts. Ray, start us off. Start us off.
Great show. Good back and forth, man. AD still got trade value.
Okay.
Keith.
Yeah, another great show. You know, got the Ogden Brothers thing on today, but you know, another great show. Stay tuned in, and you know, keep supporting.
Yeah, man, great show. Glad to be back on, man. My kid didn't have me running around, but we had a great day yesterday, you know, so getting it in.
Yeah, man. Great. Another great show. Congratulations to Jackson State University winning the Celebration Bowl. Representing the SWAC. You know, you got to give the props. Due. They had a hell of a season. Bouncing back, bringing after Dion leaving 2 years ago, for TC Taylor to go undefeated in the SWAC. You got to give it to him. Hands down, that was a impressive win. They definitely dominated that game. I thought South Carolina State would pull up I thought South Carolina State D's alum automata. I thought they would put up a better game, but they did not. I know you were disappointed, man. I know you had to take your South Carolina State hoodie off for your freshman year. And you know, but that's tough, man. They lost, and you know, good luck to Jackson State moving forward, man. They had a very impressive season. You gotta give it up to them. So shout out to them boys for winning that thing and doing what they do. All right, man, that's it. Ray, get us out of here.
We out here.